Hi guys, Leah here. So, it's finally arrived, my vintage copy of the Aquarian Tarot, and I wanted to open it with all of you. So, should probably have got some scissors ready or something like that, but I didn't. Okay, here we go, It's not as hard as it looks. I'm so excited. I've been looking in my post box for the last couple of days, and I think there was a letter. I kind of like looked down into it, and there was like a letter there that was kind of covering this deck, and I thought it wasn't here yet, and I was like, well, you know, it'll arrive when it's ready. Sorry guys, I look like crap today. It's a jumper, and literally haven't done anything to my hair, or you know, I just threw some makeup on because I knew it was going to be coming on, and that's it. But there we go. Okay. And oh, I can see it. Wow, it looks so old. I am so pleased. Here it is, guys. The Aquarian Tarot. Look. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, obviously she said the box has got some damage. This is the Dobbs Ferry version, Dobbs Ferry, New York. And I know already that it supposedly has the box inside's nice and clean, which is always a good sign. Has the cobalt blue backs. I haven't. Ooh. Oh, these are nice. Okay. Oh, comes with the original little instruction booklet. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is the 1975 Dobbs Ferry, New York Aquarian Tarot, and I will hold up the modern version because that was the one thing I couldn't find, is people holding up the modern version with this particular version. I think oh no, is it Mindful Tarot? She did the best video, and I've watched it like 7 times because I just couldn't wait to get mine, and I've been watching her videos over and over again. But yeah, it comes with this little instruction booklet. I know that later editions come with the book that folds out, and yeah, in this age of Aquarius, it starts with that, and I love it. It's so great. Oh, do you know what? It's quite nice paper, this. Oh my god, do you know what it smells like? Have you ever been in, some people hate this and some will love it. It smells like, have you ever been in a used bookstore and bought an old book? Because I collect old books, all with like inscriptions in them. Because, I don't know, it's one of my favourite things. I'm trying to see if I've got one I can show you. Maybe this one? So, this is A Tale of the Alamo. And yeah, okay, so here, it's got a little inscription in it, and I collect books that are from like the 1800s. I've got a lovely one. But no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Ugh, so exciting. I really hope they're all, oh, these are like, oh, they're like tip top. There is nothing wrong. They've been used lightly, but these are, yeah, these are good condition. The cardstock is it's quite bendy, but it's not like a bad bendy. It's not great, but you know, it's an old deck, and the cards are beautiful. Oh, they're lovely. Yeah. Oh, my Temperance looks a little bit double printed, but other than that, nice crisp lovely images. And you know what, it all adds to the vintage feel of this deck. I want to check something, because is it up here? It is up here. Hold on, just here my jumper, and like it's just not making any effort. Wow, yeah, there's a difference. So I will get that, please. Okay, whoop. Is it the love and care that goes into this deck? I'm just kind of okay, so yeah, there is a coloration difference. I don't know if you can see it. One is clearly very bright white. The borders are bigger, and they don't have the copyright around the edge. So obviously these are the backs, and size wise, oddly enough, I think these are smaller. They are. I'm just gonna put them together. Oh no, they're not. They're bigger. How weird. They've got, so I'm just gonna, slightly bigger. Can you see that? They're slightly bigger. I love them. I love the so I would say, actually, yeah, hold on, I would say they're probably as flimsy as each other, although this one is more heavily laminated. Although my version, I have to say, is not super laminated. It's got this nice kind of layered look. It's really weird, my deck. It's like, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and give you an example of a couple of cards. Is that one? I'll just try and find the moon card because that stands out quite a lot, doesn't it? And, you know, it's my Pisces moon card. It all works. I did a reading with the this Aquarian tarot, my new version, last night for my friend, and it was so accurate. And then I did a reading for myself, and it was spot on. But you know, sometimes you do a reading and you get the information that you expect, but sometimes I think we expect too much from them. We expect solutions, and mine just basically, mine just basically told me, yeah, this is, you know what's going on already. Let me just reiterate that this is what's going on. But it did have a nice kind of ending where it said that everything was going to be fine. So these are the moon side by side, the moon cards. This one is slightly bigger. This is slightly brighter. I prefer this, okay? It's got, look at these backs, like they are like tip top condition. It's unreal. I love the colouring. The borders on this are bigger. There's no copyright. They're not glossy. They're like, well, they look glossy when I do that because they're hitting the light, but they're not glossy. They're not matte, but they're not glossy. And to be fair, these aren't really either. They've just got a lovely sheen. It's weird, like a satin kind of finish. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like a massive difference, but you can see an obvious difference with these cards. I'm so happy to have them. I really feel like I made a good decision there. I'm gonna have to go through them all and make sure they're all there. Oh, I want to compare another couple of cards. Let's just see if I can find any that come up. I should have really put these in order, guys. I'm sorry. But obviously, I've opened them up. They're, aha! Well, there we go. That was simple. Yeah, the colouring in this deck is beautiful. And I love the bigger borders. You see that? This one's more, not faded, but it's like a different tone. This one's a bit darker. I've heard that the tin version is even more bright than the regular size. But yeah, I've heard that the 1985 cardstock's really good, or the 1980s just in general cardstock is really good. But to be honest, this feels like it's going to shuffle brilliantly. But it is not, yeah, it's quite flimsy, but it's not bad. I've heard that the really early versions were very thin, and yeah, they're just gorgeous cards. I love them. They were right about the colouring, but I managed to nab this deck. Like, oh, do you know what? The colouring on this sun card is so much better. Like, yeah, I love the colouring on this. I'm going to try and find another example to show you of the colouring for this sun card, because I like the sun card. I just love the Aquarian tarot, and I like this cardstock actually is very nice. I've seen really laminated versions of it though, so I don't know what copy of the modern one that I've got. But yeah, even though I plan on using my vintage one, I think, just because I like the vibes I'm getting from it. It's got great energy, and I like not having the copyright in the corner and things like that. But yeah, I have to admit that whatever version I've got of the modern Aquarian tarot, it just has lovely cardstock. It's really, really, really nice. It's got that nice kind of buttery, nice, aha! So here we go. You'll really see the colour difference in this, I think. And if you don't, then I'm going to feel pretty silly, but it's not so obvious on camera. But this one is a lot more like muted. It's strange because like these beams inside this have like an almost pink to them, and they're very red in this one. So the red is a lot more, it's just a lot more red, a lot more bright in the modern version. But yeah, guys, I'm stoked I'm absolutely stoked. They are beautiful. Oh no, what's happened to this? Oh, this one's got a ding. Oh no, it's got a slight rip. Oh well, that's what happens, isn't it? I hope that whole corner don't come off. I don't think it will. I think we're quite safe. It's got a slight tear. Don't know if you guys can see that. It's got a little, see? But it's fine. I kind of like used decks. I have a thing for used tarot decks. I like that broken in feel. Just looking through to see how these are all holding up, the rest of them. And so far, so good. They're in quite nice condition. Obviously, at one point, one's just got, you know, a bit dinged, a bit bent. Oh, that devil looks amazing. It looks really, really good on the old card. Look at it. I love it. It reminds me of, it just gives me Rosemary's Baby vibes. If you look at like the title and things like that, it's like real Rosemary's Baby vibes. Horrifying movie, but really, really good. I like my 60s and 70s films. They're absolutely my favourite. Yeah, well, so far so good, and I love the plain blue backs. They're so blue. Like, I thought they were going to be, I don't know, maybe a slightly, oh, some of them, do you know what I also like? Some of them are slightly different shades of blue than the rest. Like this is you can't see that at all. This one's slightly lighter, but I have heard that, and that some of the blues are different shades. Maybe they've been left out, you know, that sort of thing. But so far so good. I've only found one card that has a ding in it, and to be honest, it's not a ding that's going to bother me. I quite like it. Most of my cards, if they're well used, end up pretty dinged up, and this is a vintage deck from the 70s. So when you think about it, I did well. I did very well, because I think I got these on eBay for like 20 quid. So yeah, I'm going to put them side by side to check actually with the cardstock, because I get the feeling that the newer deck might be thicker, but it could very well be in my mind. This is a bit warped. My shuffling. Oh, there's more down here. Oh, I think it's going to give the vintage a run for its money cardstock wise, or just, you know, thickness wise. The US Games, they're pretty good with their cardstock, I won't lie. So I would actually, I would say the vintage could be slightly thicker. Does that look thicker to you guys? But it's infinitesimally thicker. Yeah, they're definitely wider, guys. I like that in a deck. It's hard to, yeah, they're almost exactly the same, I would say. I would say this one might have the edge on it, but yeah, these feel smoother. Like, these are smooth. You can see that. These are more roughly done. And they've got like a kind of an aged kind of feel around the edge. They definitely, you know, whereas this is a pristine, brand new, shiny deck. And this is very much a vintage deck, which is exactly what I wanted. But yeah, I'm just going to flip through some of these cards so you can see them again, because they're beautiful. And I've been reading the book, Psychic Tarot, by Craig Jungian? I don't know. Please, you know, don't get me for that one. I think this is before this is before they brought out the book Psychic Tarot, so, you know, this is earlier than the book. But the book itself, I think you can get it for about £20, and it's not the cheapest. I think if you go on Amazon, it's appalling. But Amazon are, if I haven't already said this, doing a, you can download it onto your Kindle for free if you sign up for Kindle Unlimited. And as we all know with that sort of thing, free trial, guys, or $7.99 a month, and you can take out, like, I think it's 10 books at a time. It's kind of like a library type thing, and you can have them as long as you want until they're read, and then you return them. And they've got quite a lot of options on there to download. But you can get Psychic Tarot on the Kindle Unlimited, and I tell you what, I have almost finished it. I sat there last night and started reading it properly, and I almost finished it. It's amazing. These are beautiful and I love them. Because I find that you get a lot of videos where you're looking at the... Now this one, is this the one I thought? Yeah, what is it where it's like double processed, double... I'm gonna show you in a minute. I'm gonna find the other one. This is gonna be a long video, I'm sorry guys. I'm just gonna find the more modern one because I think it's crisper, because that looks like it's slightly off, but you know, it's still great. I love it. It's only slight as well. These do feel good in the hands, guys. I don't know what version I've got. All I know is that on the side it says 1970, 2016 US games. But I know other people have the 2016 version and some of them are extremely glossy. So I think it all depends. Do you know what? No, that was, sorry, I was looking at the wrong card. I was looking at Temperance. It's quite similar, isn't it? So they both look like they've got wings. I know that Temperance does have wings in this deck, but they're like worked into the background, so at first you don't realise that. That's why the book's so good, because it breaks down everything you see in the card and its potential meanings. There's a lot of chakra stuff going on in these cards, which I adore. I really, really like it. In fact, this is the only time this has been odd to me, is this Temperance card is actually fainter in colour than the original. It is crisper because I do think this other one has a slight double, like a, you know what I mean. So one's slightly blurrier than the other, but this is the vintage one and it's brighter than the new one. So out of the whole deck, I would say maybe this one looks slightly better, but you can't beat not having in the corner, you know. Who wants copyright in the corner of their cards? You just don't want it. And I think that's why so many of us trim them if they're there. Of course, they're not putting so many, you know, when they put all the languages around the side. I hate that. That's like a pet peeve of mine, and I don't have any decks with it on because it will stop me from buying a deck. In fact, comment below, guys, what are the things that would stop you, like, as much as you love it, what would stop you from buying a deck? What would you not buy because of, yeah, what would make you not buy a deck, even if you loved it? I want to know. Anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to look into this and make sure all the cards are there and that everything's fine, because I'm too excited to wait and I don't want to do it on camera because I've already been on for 17 minutes. So I love you all, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.